Why do 90% of explorers keep quiet about jungle legends? Perhaps it's because the line between myth and reality is thinner here, in the heart of the Amazon, than anywhere else on Earth. For centuries, whispers have echoed through these ancient forests, tales of colossal serpents, river gods, and guardians of the deep water. These stories, passed down through generations, speak of the Yakumama, the mother of water, a creature so immense it could reshape riverbanks and swallow a canoe whole. To the outside world, these were just stories, folklore, the fantastical imaginings of isolated tribes. But the Amazon is a world of its own, a biological fortress covering over 2 million square miles. It guards its secrets with a ferocity that has humbled expeditions for 500 years. It's a place where the impossible can feel tantalizingly close. And what if, buried within the heart of those legends, lay a kernel of unbelievable truth? Recently, a team of scientists, venturing into a territory rarely seen by outsiders, found themselves on the verge of a discovery that would not only validate an ancient myth, but also force the scientific community to rewrite the very definition of a titan. They were led to a hidden river, a sacred place known only to their indigenous guides. And what they found there, lurking in the shadowy depths, truly stunned the world. The green anaconda, is already a legend in its own right. As the world's heaviest snake, it is the undisputed apex predator of South America's wetlands. A master of ambush, it spends most of its life in the water, its eyes and nostrils perched just above the surface, waiting. Its known range spans the vast Amazon and Orinoco basins. For decades, scientists believed this single formidable species reigned supreme across the continent. They are powerful constrictors, capable of taking down prey as large as capybaras, deer, and even caimans. While tales of 30 or 40-foot specimens have long been relegated to cryptozoology, the scientifically verified record stands at a still staggering length of around 17 feet, or just over 5 meters. Anything larger was considered an exaggeration, a fisherman's tale. But deep in the Bameno region of the Ecuadorian Amazon, the Waorani people spoke of anacondas that were different, larger, more ancient. Their territory, a remote and fiercely protected swathe of the Yasuni Biosphere Reserve, is one of the most biodiverse places on the planet. It is also where the Amazon's legends feel most alive. In early 2024, a team of researchers, working alongside a film crew for a National Geographic series, were granted a rare opportunity. They were invited into Waorani lands, not just to explore, but to participate in a sacred tradition, an anaconda hunt. This wasn't a hunt for sport or conquest. For the Waorani, anacondas are revered as spiritual beings, embodying power and the health of the river itself. The expedition was a collaboration, a bridge between ancient indigenous knowledge and modern scientific inquiry. The Waorani wanted to show the world what was at stake as their ancestral home faced threats from oil extraction and deforestation. Led by Waorani Chief Penti Baihua, the team embarked on a 10-day journey deep into the jungle. They paddled down rivers that acted as liquid highways, their guides reading the currents, the sounds of the forest, and the subtle signs of the water's inhabitants. The scientists, including renowned biologist Brian Fry, listened intently. The Waorani shared generations of ecological knowledge, where the great snakes basked, how they behaved during the rainy season, and which lagoons were their sacred domains. It was a masterclass in field biology, taught by the forest's original custodians. Finally, they arrived at a place the Waorani held sacred. The water was dark, stained with tannins from decaying leaves, creating a black mirror that hid whatever lay beneath. The guides signaled for silence. They could feel a presence. The air grew heavy with anticipation, and then they saw it. At first it was just a subtle disturbance, a ripple against the current, but then a shape began to resolve itself in the gloom. It was a snake, but its scale was almost incomprehensible. This was no ordinary anaconda. This was a titan. The creature they encountered was immense, with a head the size of a human's and a body as thick as a truck tire. With the permission and guidance of the Waorani, the team was able to get into the water with the colossal female. It was a moment of profound trust and heart-pounding adrenaline. They managed to get a measurement. The snake was an astonishing 6.3 meters long, over 20 feet. And the Waorani claimed to have seen others in their territory that were significantly larger, with some anecdotal reports reaching a staggering 7.5 meters and 500 kilograms. But the true discovery wasn't just its size. The team noticed subtle physical differences, the color patterns, the scale arrangements. Suspecting they had found something more than just a large specimen, they collected genetic samples. Blood tests and tissue analysis were sent back to the lab for sequencing. The results were shocking. The DNA analysis revealed that this northern population of anacondas was genetically distinct from the southern green anacondas found elsewhere. The genetic divergence was a staggering 5.5%. To put that in perspective, the genetic difference between humans and chimpanzees is only about 2%. This was not a subspecies. This was an entirely new species, hidden in plain sight. They named it the northern green anaconda. The word Akayima comes from the local Waorani language, meaning the great snake, a fitting tribute to the people who had guarded its secret for millennia. The legend of the Yakumama had been given a scientific name. The discovery of opens a new chapter in our understanding of these enigmatic giants. The species appears to be a classic ambush predator, but on a scale that redefines the food web. Its sheer size and power mean its prey could include adult black caimans and the region's largest mammals. As an apex predator, the health of the population is a direct indicator of the health of its ecosystem. These snakes sit at the very top of the food chain, and their presence signifies a robust, thriving environment, capable of supporting such a colossal carnivore. They are a living barometer for the Amazon's vitality. But this incredible discovery comes with a grave warning. The habitat of the northern green anaconda is under immediate and severe threat. The Yasuni region, despite its protected status, is plagued by the relentless encroachment of the oil industry. Spills, habitat fragmentation, and heavy metal contamination from drilling activities are poisoning the very rivers these giants call home. Anacondas are particularly vulnerable to these pollutants. As apex predators, they accumulate toxins from their prey in a process called biomagnification. The heavy metals found in oil spills can have devastating effects on their reproductive health and long-term survival. The greatest snake in the world is facing a threat it cannot constrict or consume. The verification of has sent ripples through the scientific world. It forces a re-evaluation of herpetological records and the evolutionary history of giant snakes. The 5.5% genetic split suggests these two anaconda species diverged nearly 10 million years ago, evolving in complete isolation despite their geographical proximity. And what of the record books? If the Waorani's accounts of even larger individuals are verified, could not only claim the title of the world's heaviest snake, but could also challenge the reticulated python for the title of the world's longest. The debate has been reignited, fueled now not by myth, but by genetic data and first-hand evidence. Ultimately, this discovery is more than just a new name in a textbook. It is a powerful reminder that the Amazon still holds profound surprises and that indigenous knowledge is an invaluable scientific resource. The Waorani people knew about the two species of anaconda all along. It just took modern science a few centuries to catch up. The future of this newly discovered titan is now inextricably linked to our own choices. Protecting the means, protecting its habitat, respecting the sovereignty of the indigenous people who guard it, and questioning the true cost of our resource consumption. The Mother of Water has been revealed. The question now is, will we be her guardians or her demise?